What's up, fam? Welcome back to 49 Faithfully. We're your hosts, Miriah and John V. What's good, John? How you doing?
What's good, fam? I'm hanging in. I'm freaking out, but I'm hanging in. Like Sunday can't come soon enough. Let's go.
Yeah,
What's
man,
good,
I've been
chat?
like so nervous, like if I'm playing in the freaking game, like
I
man, I
know.
can't wait. And at the same time, it's like I don't know if I'm ready either. It's like I wanted to hurry up and come, but I don't know if I'm ready either.
I'm like, you guys
Chat,
working
what's
on
up?
everything. Make sure you guys got everything figured out. Work on everything. Take your time. There's still plenty of time.
Yep.
Kyle can sober
Um.
up.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that. But yeah, happy Wednesday, chat. I know that we're on later than usual, but I appreciate y'all for being here. Um, Thankful for John V for being here and co-hosting with me since TL is traveling out of the state. While everybody's traveling to our city, he's traveling out of our city.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. So I appreciate you, John, for being here with me.
Oh, my pleasure. My
And
pleasure.
yeah, I appreciate the 49ers for being in my city and turning up. The city is
Hell
already
yes.
full. Like, oh my God, it's only Wednesday and this place is crazy already. I'll get into all that. Let me say what's up to the chat. What's up, chat? Melissa, first in the building. Appreciate you. We got Don in the house. What's good, Don? 49ers throwback. What up, throwback? Troy. What up, Troy?
What's good,
3
Troy?
days, 19 hours. But who's counting, right, Troy? We got Ty in the house. What's up, Ty?
What's good, Ty?
Ty, are you here? Are you here? Are you here? I think he said he was coming in tonight. I remember I was thinking to have him come on the show with us, but then I'm like, either he was traveling into Vegas tonight or traveling tomorrow. So I'm like, either way, he probably not going to have time to be talking to us losers. So
What did he say? Second time TL leaves when I arrive. I'm starting to take it personal. That's hilarious.
oh, see, gonna have to have a
Don,
talk
I
with
see
him.
you. How you doing?
Carcast, what's up, Carcast? Chrissy, what's good, Chrissy? Let me get through here real quick. 49er minded. What up, Bashar?
My brother Bash. See, good to see you, bro.
Bebop-aroni. What's good, Bebop? While I'm going through, I do have giveaways to start off the show. Then we'll do giveaways during the middle point somewhere around there. And then to end the show. So I forgot to tell you guys while I'm going through all this, saying what's up to everybody. You guys could be entering your numbers. We are starting off with the Jerry Rice and a CMC. So we're going to go Jerry Rice and this guy, the goat.
That
Two
one's
goats,
sweet. That one's
two
real
goats
sweet.
to start the show. So get those numbers in the chat, 1 through 100. No duplicates. If you're new here, all you have to do is enter a number that hasn't been entered yet into the chat. That's between 1 through 100. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to do so, and then I will call the winning numbers. That's all you got to do.
I'll
Let me
see you,
finish
T. What's
saying,
up, fam?
Tanya. What's good, Tanya? Where are we at? Where are we at? Sin. What up, Sin? Sin's coming to Vegas as well. Everybody's coming.
I'm coming too. I'll be
John
there
V.
Saturday night.
John V's coming. DeMarcus. What's good?
What's up, DeMarcus?
Vito. What up? What up? We are here. Bang, bang. What up, Steve-O? Miriah isn't playing in the game, but she's a player. Not no more. I gave up that.
Bullshit. They called us. We're like fourth string. Like we get to go in together backing up McKibbins. We get to help McKibbins.
You might have to kick. You never know. Daniel, what up? Daniel Barry.
What's up, Daniel?
Let me see. I think I'm almost through here. You guys got the chat popping, so appreciate you guys.
I'm just watching these numbers to make sure there's no duplicates.
Melissa has their first number, 15.
See, I will probably need to be recorded, and that will make us all famous and rich. So, yes, I'm about to be lit. I'm going to be crazy, off the chain, blood pressure pills, everything.
I'm going to tell you guys about Super Bowl opening night. I went. It was a lot of fun. So as soon as I get done saying what's up to everybody and calling the winners, I'll let you guys know how that was. We'll talk a little bit about whether Kyle was drunk. Well, some people are saying Kyle was drunk. And some people aren't very happy about it. I don't know why an adult in his 40s can't have a couple drinks on Super Bowl opening night, but hey, we'll get into that. A couple things from the press conferences and all that we'll talk about, and then we'll get into the game a little bit. And yeah, we're just pretty, vibing, chilling, doing some giveaways. Our team's in the Super Bowl, so we can do whatever the fuck we want around.
Yeah, here, I don't really know. Like, what do we tell you that we haven't already told you about our team? That we're great and we love them. We have some deficiencies, but we fix that.
Cha-cha. What's up, Cha-cha? Matt Brown. What's up, Matt? Jesse. What's good, Jesse?
DeMarcus. That's so funny, bro. That's hilarious. You got to bring that comment up. That's hilarious.
McNider.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh my God. At the very bottom.
John V about to be on his Lamar Odom in Vegas.
That's hilarious, bro.
Oh man.
That was a good one.
For those just coming in, if you haven't already and want to enter into the first giveaway to start the show, get your number into the chat, 1 through 100. First number was started with Melissa with number 15. We're starting the giveaways off with 2 goats, Jerry Rice and CMC. What's up, Motor? Man, I never imagined that. Well, I never had thought that the Super Bowl would ever be in my city, first of all, because, we didn't have a football team for so long. We weren't allowed to have sports teams here, all this shit. So how were we going to have the Super Bowl? And then finally, once we were allowed to get a football team, we got the sorry ass Raiders, but that's a story for another day. At least it gave the opportunity for a couple things. It gave the opportunity for once every 4 years or so, when we have to play them. Well, actually, it's once every 8 years because they rotate, so at least the 49ers can come here sometime. And the opportunity for the Super Bowl to be here. But what is that, like a 1 in a bajillion chance that the Super Bowl would wind up being in my city and the 49ers would end up being in that Super Bowl at the same time? Like, I never thought that would ever happen. So to have that all be here is kind of crazy, especially because, I only get to see what's going on in the Bay Area through you guys, through Twitter, through things that are posted, through whatever. And I'm always having FOMO like crazy, always missing out on all the fun. My city just has Raider shit posted all over the place. Like, you go to a sports store, that's all that's in there is Raider stuff. So like, it's hard to even buy 49ers stuff here, and so to be driving through the city and be able to see on the side of buildings on the strip, like 49ers players and the 49ers symbol, is it's pretty crazy.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. It's crazy. And yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I can remember going to Miami for the 2019 Super Bowl, and I remember, worrying about like, man, did I bring enough Niner gear? Like, I think I did, but like, there's not going to be any down there. And then like you get just blocks, near and around like all the venues, all the tailgates. The closer you get to, big tailgates and big venues, there's just these new era pop-up tables and just gear, hats, hoodies, coats, t-shirts, dude, you name it, whatever you need, there is going to be your Niner team. There will be apparel everywhere. So
last call.
Get your numbers in, fam.
When I went to opening night, it's there at the Raiders Stadium. And so to have like 49er stuff, like actually being sold in the, like little stores inside the arena and stuff is pretty crazy, because you're seeing Raiders still outside of the building, inside of the building, the stuff that's not removable. And yet, you see 49er stuff hanging, in the little shops and stuff. I'm like, wow, this is pretty crazy that this is happening.
That is great, though. It's awesome.
All right. I'm going to draw these first two numbers, and then I'll get into opening night. We'll talk about the press conferences, all that good stuff. So good luck. No more numbers. I'm drawing the CMC number first, and then the Jerry Rice number. During the middle of the show, we have a Debo giveaway, Ayuk, and a numbered Armstead rookie card. So that'll go away in the middle of the show. And then to end the show, we have Bosa, Kittle, and Gibson. So that's what we're doing, homies. All right, let's draw. Every time I pull up the app, it always just starts blank, right? So I always tap to generate when I first start to, bring up a number before I end up rolling. And the number that it first brought up, this isn't the number that wins, was this number.
Woo!
So I think it's a sign. It's a sign.
Chills.
We're winning the Super Bowl. That's it. All right. So the first number for CMC is 56.
All right. 56.
And for Jerry Rice, 9. And if you didn't win one of these two, like I said, you'll be able to enter your numbers for the halfway through and then to end the show as well.
Was that 56?
Yep.
The number was 56?
Yep.
Jesse Diaz at 57.
Jesse. Congrats, Jesse. Get CMC.
The only other one was what? 51 Sin, 52 Steve-O.
That gotta be it.
Nobody else close. Congrats, Jesse.
Congrats, Jesse. And then the Jerry Rice is number 9.
Number 9. Who we got? Izzy with 15. Ty at 13. Troy at 6. Looks like it's Troy. My man. Congrats, Troy. Yeah, dude. In Wyoming, I would imagine there wouldn't be a Niner logo for 2 states. But thank God for a 49ers shopping. Dude, you kill it too, dude. You must get every drop on every hat because they are so fire. And then I look and they're sold out.
You're talking about Troy?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Troy's hats are incredible. He kills it.
All right, I had smeared Jesse's bag, so I had to start over.
It's the only IP address coming out of Wyoming for 49er gear.
And we got Troy for Jerry. Jerry. Oh, that's the wrong Jerry. Congrats, Troy. I made a new congratulations video today. Let's see.
That's great.
BA looks so thrilled.
He is the one, dude. He's the most excited, non-excited person I've ever seen. Like, you can tell he's excited, but he doesn't smile. He is so laser focused, and I love it. I love it.
Yep. Yeah, Mama Ayuk, she's the greatest. Like, her reaction after that game, that's why I picked, because normally you guys know I pick like one of their celebrations in the end zone where, like, you know, the whole team's there or whatever. But when I was going through the pictures, I'm like, oh, I gotta put Mama Ayuk because her celebration after that game was just one of the best. And you could just see, you know, like the happiness and the excitement. She was just so proud, you know.
She was
that was a
radiating,
great
man.
moment.
I loved it. She was just in her moment, and like, you know, like, you got to take that in, because that's like, people don't even sniff that in their career, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're constantly knocking at the door, and it's getting agitating. So it's time to kick it in and give her another moment. I can't wait to see Mama Ayuk on the victory. Jesus.
I agree. Yeah, that celebration's gonna be wonderful. So yeah, going to Super Bowl opening night, I was crazy because my wife, she, you know, it's crazy down there. She works on the strip, so they're having to work overtime. She works graveyard, so she had to be, you know, sleep during the time that this event was, and it was literally like 5 hours or so. So I'm like, she's like, you know, I feel bad because I can't go. I'm like, it's okay, you know, no problem. If you guys like, I don't go, I'm not the type of person that can go to a restaurant and eat by themselves, or like I hardly do shit ever by myself. Like, I don't even leave my freaking house usually. Let alone by myself. Since I've been with my wife, like, I usually don't do shit, go anywhere without her usually. So for me to go, like, I went by myself and it was raining. The weather's been shitty here. Like, I hate, since our car accident, like, I hate to drive. So especially when it's raining, especially at night. So it was raining, it was at night, having to come home, like all these things that I normally am nothing about. But I'm like I said, there's like, I couldn't pass this moment up, because when is this ever going to happen again? That the Super Bowl is it's gonna line up perfectly, that the Super Bowl is in Vegas and the 49ers are in it. So I'm like, you know, I can't, like, I would be killing myself if I let that moment pass me up and I didn't go. So I'm like, screw it. I'm going to go by myself, put my big girl pants on. Off I went.
Good. That's awesome.
I'm sitting there in the stands by myself. I'm like, I don't give a shit, because to listen to the press conferences, how they had them like set up at little booths all the way around the field. And so that it's not like they could play it out loud of the speaker, because there's 10 press conferences being held at one time, you know. So to listen to it, you had to listen to it on your earbuds. So it's like, if you're with people and then you have to listen to the press conferences on your earbuds, it's not like you can talk to the people anyway, right? So
that's
I just
cool
sat there
too.
The Chiefs came out first, so like I listened to like Kelsey's, like part of Kelsey's, like I was going back and forth, you know, to see what they had to say. And then they like did like the thing where they were both out there together, and then the 49ers players after that. But those players were literally the ones doing the press conference, the lucky 10. We're sitting there for an hour. Like, we only see clips and like 6-minute clips or whatever. They're there for an hour, nonstop questions. And the media there is like vultures, okay? Like, the stuff that you don't see, like normally, you know, we just see it on TV. Like, being there in person and seeing like how, like, it's crazy. Like, they're like swarming these people, like just people everywhere down there. It was record number for opening night Super Bowl that they've ever had. So it was like over, I had the picture there. It was like over, I think 23,000, over 23,000 of us there.
Jesus.
So yeah,
great.
tons, the faithful showed out. And like I was telling John before we went live, it was hard to tell once it started filling up in there because we're both wear red, right? So you're just seeing red throughout the whole place, and especially once it got dark, and they had the lights down, like you couldn't tell. But once the two teams came out together, so after the Chiefs finished their hour press conferences and the 49ers captains came out, when they were both talking, that's when you could really tell that the faithful just took over that place, because you're hearing the boos for the Chiefs players, you're hearing the cheers for the 49ers players, and like the videos and the on TV, when the things that I've listened to, like on YouTube and everything, like do not even give the like justice to the sound that was in that place. Like it was so loud, the boos ringing in that place for the Kansas City players. And the chants when Brock Purdy came out, that the only person that name got chanted in that place was Brock Purdy. Not Mahomes, not Kelsey, not Debo, nobody else but Brock Purdy.
Wow.
So for all the people out there hating on our quarterback, just know, faithful, that that's just on social media. That's these national media want to be out there loud, but man, the faithful and Vegas, I guess, whoever was there, they have Brock Purdy's back, that's for sure, because man, the chance in there, and you just saw his face, like they had his face exactly right up there on the big screen at the time, and you just seen like his smile, like he was just like straight face, and then all of a sudden he got this big ass smile on his face, like so cheesy.
That's sweet. Love it.
So
Love it.
It was awesome. Before, like, I don't want to just keep going on and on. So I do want to, like we've heard, like I said, these clips and stuff have been out there. Some of the media, their questions is very crazy, to say the least. And it's sad because, they're like, you get the opportunity to get a media pass and to have access to these athletes on the biggest stage, the biggest game of their career, and you choose to waste it by asking such fucking ridiculous questions. Like, to go and ask grown men if they would get another grown man's face tattooed on their body is really crazy, so. And from listening to the Chiefs side too, it wasn't just on the 49ers side that they went through and asked all the 49ers players if they could be guaranteed a Super Bowl win if they would get Brock Purdy's face tattooed on them. But they also did that on the Chiefs side too, if they were guaranteed a win if they would get Mahomes' face tattooed on them. Like, grown men you're talking to about another grown man's face tattooed on their body. Like, is Dre Greenlaw answered it perfectly. Was like that's weird. That shit's weird. I'm thinking, yeah, that is weird. And like, what are they supposed to say? Like you're just like, it's stupid. And then the question to Brock about, oh, did you see that which I had never seen that going around on social media. The first time, and like Brock said, it was the first time he heard it. That was the first time I heard it too. I hadn't seen no pictures going around that Brock looks like freaking Lee Harvey Oswald. Like, he's preparing for the biggest game of his life. And you're asking him, you're telling him that he looks like a murderer. And not just a murderer, somebody that murdered the president of the United States. Like,
yeah. And how do you feel about that? Like, what are you asking this kid to say? Like, what is he supposed to answer with? How do I feel about that? Allegedly, one of the world's most renowned assassins. Like, is this what we're talking about? Like, it's actually just, it's silly. It's silly because there were silly questions that went around. My favorite was, which one of your teammates would you let watch your son to Debo? And which one of your teammates would you not let watch your son? That was one of my favorites. And he's like, Juice, because I think that he likes my son more than he likes me. And so that's that. And then he goes, and I would not let Juwan Jennings anywhere near my son. Oh man, it's good. Like those are the fun ones. But asking someone if they see the resemblance in Lee Harvey Oswald, like, what are we talking about here? Like,
how do you feel about that?
Yeah, and how does that make you feel?
That makes me feel fabulous. Like, what's he gonna say? He answered it perfect, I swear.
This is what he says. He goes, I don't know. What are you supposed to say? The guy's like, he didn't even say any words. He just kind of mumbled through it like, I can't believe this is happening right now. And why is this happening right now? And please go away.
And his face too when he was doing it, he's like,
yes, this is what he looks like, fam, when he's saying it. This is the best part. I don't know. He's just so, I don't know. I guess that's the fun in opening night. I guess that's the fun. That's the fun stuff, the crazy stuff. Like, I don't think I've ever heard that. I don't think I've ever heard anything along those lines ever. Comparing a player to a killer or alleged killer. What is happening right now?
And then, like, you got to feel bad because, like, I know everybody's sick of hearing and seeing Taylor Swift, but, like, you got to think that Travis Kelce is probably sick of the questions about her, too, because I swear, like, 50% of the questions opening night were about Taylor Swift. And if he was going to propose, what he was getting her for Valentine's Day. What does that have to do with the fucking Super Bowl? And every time he would answer, he would say the same thing. I'm only worrying about this game, this Sunday coming up, and nothing beyond that. Every time. And they just kept asking and asking and asking different questions about Taylor. It was just like, oh my God. It's like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. Like, they even asked Brock, like the very first question when both teams are out there, the captains are out there together and they're interviewing the quarterbacks. The first question to Brock, are you prepared to break Taylor Swift's heart by winning this game?
Yes.
Like,
yes. I mean, this man is of very few words. Like, yes. What do you people want him to say? Do you want him to look over at Travis and be like, I'm just going to make her cry. I'm going to ruin her fucking night. Like, what do you want him to say? It's just like, I don't know. It's fun. It's fun, but it's dumb as hell.
And then they tell Mahomes, aren't you glad that we asked him the Taylor Swift question instead of you?
Yeah.
I'm like,
and as if Patrick's not sick of hearing it as it is. Like, this dude is probably the most tired of hearing about it.
Yeah. I do want to give props though, because some of the guys that, you know, are just content creators that don't have this big media, you know, like aren't there for like one of these national media guys. Like some of the 49ers content creators, they have been the ones asking the best questions. Yeah. Like, I swear, every good question I've heard has been from one of them. It's like, and yet you have these national media guys, the guys that are actually being paid to be there, those ones, they're the ones asking this ridiculous question. So yeah, the whole media side of it was definitely crazy being a witness to. But yeah, all in all, opening night of Super Bowl was a huge success. I braved the elements all alone and we got through it.
Yeah.
So yeah. 177 memorabilia. What's up? Says Jim Everett the Great. Oh my God, here's the Rams fan. Bro, how many 49ers channels do you sub to?
Gotta be a ton. It's gotta be a ton.
We're
'cause I
always
see him
wondering the same
everywhere.
thing.
I see him
What's up,
everywhere.
Lo? I don't remember if I said hi to you or not, but what's up, Lo? Yeah. So from the media, from hearing, anything that you heard, what did you hear anything that stuck out to you that you want to talk about? Any stupid questions, any good questions? I know you said that Bosa was asked about Steph, right?
Yes, Bosa was asked about Steph. That was probably my favorite, just because he acknowledged it, and he was like, I feel like he said at one point, I think he said he was like, he's like, yeah, I see him, I see her, he's like, it's I only heard it once, and I can't remember it verbatim, but it was like he definitely acknowledged her. He knew of the videos. He might have said that he was like kind of annoyed at him at one point, but like he's past that. You know what I mean? Like now he's just, I imagine it probably comes off a little strange at first, but once you get to know her and you get to see who she is, it's innocent fun, and she kills it anyway. So it is what it is. But even she managed to do opening night. She had the green screen with the interview booth behind her. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was really awesome. So yeah, Bosa definitely knows, and he sees them. He definitely sees them. So
that's awesome.
They watch, guys. They see this stuff. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think I just like how everybody was poised, Miriah. I think everybody kind of just locked in. They were honest, And I mean, they're trying to stand on some business right now. Like some of these guys, 7 of these guys have been here before.
Yeah.
And had their earth shattered. So this is just for them. For the other guys, it's awesome for Jair Brown and all the young guys. Oh, it's wild. It's crazy. I can't believe I'm at the Super Bowl. And when you just got drafted to this team and your first go is a Super Bowl, I mean, the lights are huge for you. The moment is huge. I wish I could see like their faces, but I liked watching Huff interview Jair Brown, and I thought that was really cool. And I think Jair Brown, he smiled, he was honest.
Mm-hmm.
He really wants to be a factor. He really wants to help this franchise. And I do believe he's going to be a staple here. I really do believe it. He's young, but he is definitely driven and hungry. So I do. I picked up on some of those things. I like Brock's answers on a variety of different things. Brock was locked in. He seemed to really give good, just
I don't know if that's me going out or John V going out.
Did I lose you?
I'm losing you.
Still?
I can hear you now.
I see you straight. You're good. You're totally
It's you that's
live.
frozen, I think.
Am I?
Now you're good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was you, but you're good now. Yeah, seeing Huff, that was one of the best things too, like seeing him out there. And then, of course, I saw him live, but I can't hear at the time what he's interviewing or anything. So once I got out of there and then I caught up on all the interviews and stuff, like, it's awesome to see him just back around the team in good spirits. At least getting to take part in, this part of it, even though he can't play, which is it's still so freaking unfortunate. Like I hate the fact that he's not out there with them, but yeah, like he did great interviewing them. Like Melissa said, the question about to CMC what what animal best suits him, and he said the snow leopard. That was cute. But yeah, I saw somebody said, I think Steve-O, about the kid reporters. There's probably like 5 or 6 of them, different kid reporters out there. They did freaking better than some of the other people that were there, so shout out to them.
Were they there for like the Nickelodeon thing? Was that their thing?
I think one was Nickelodeon, one was Disney, one's like the NFL kid reporters that they bring. So different things that they had them there.
That's awesome.
What's up, David Corona?
What's up, David?
What else? Oh, just to wrap it up though, too, it's Trent Williams, man. You could see, like, from the time that they even walked in, as they're introducing the 49ers on opening night, they're walking into the field, you could just see the smile on Trent Williams' face from that point, and the entire time up on the stage, back to their interviewing place, through the interviews, leaving, like, that smile never left his face.
That's awesome.
Like, just so happy as could be with his sunglasses on as they're walking in, videoing it. Like, you just seen like the guys like so excited as they're coming in. Like, they all had their cameras out, and as us fans are there excited for them, walking in, videoing them, they're walking in, videoing us because they're just as excited to be there, so it was a great experience. Like, to see Ayuk, like, you guys know I'm such a big Ayuk fan. Like, so to see him walking in, he wasn't here for the last Super Bowl. So for him to be able to take on all this Super Bowl stuff for the first time. And like you said, we have a few players that were on the last Super Bowl team, but for a lot of these guys, it's their first time. Trent Williams, one of them, he's been in the league. And, during one of his interviews, and they asked him about, has he pictured, like winning the Super Bowl and holding the trophy, and he says, like, he'd be lying to say that he hasn't, but that he doesn't really know what to picture, because he said that, like, he made it to, like a bowl game or whatever in college, but they lost, and he's never made it that far in the pros yet, so, like, he's like, I've never won anything. He's like, I've never won. He's like, I've just been losing, so like, just to see the guy just there experiencing it and just living for the moment, like, it's awesome, because like they're all saying, and like we know, it's not easy for a team to get back here. 15 years guys been in the league and never even been to the Super Bowl one time. So
it's like, crazy.
It's good to see them, just taking advantage of this. With that being said, let's talk about our head coach, Shanahan. I didn't know, because when I'm there listening live, I didn't start the press conferences off listening to Shanahan. And that's when that video that started circulating with him slurring his speech at the beginning, it was like the very first questions that were asked. So I didn't hear them when I was there. So I didn't know any of that shit was going on online, him being drunk and people saying this and all this going on social media. I didn't know none of that till I got out of there. So then I'm like listening to the videos, and I'm like, okay, he's sounding like he's slurring his words a little bit at the beginning. But then after that, it seemed like he was fine. He just seemed like he was happy, like he was actually felt more comfortable answering questions than what he normally does. Like, he wasn't giving like his just short, snarky, answers. Like, he was actually smiling, answering questions, acting like he was actually enjoying himself. And, like, I see from one extreme to the next online about, oh, I can't believe that the head coach of my football team is out there visibly intoxicated on Super Bowl opening night, and he's the leader of this team, and that's embarrassing. I don't want my head coach, drunk when he's supposed to be preparing for a Super Bowl. And then other people are like, shit, I don't care. Like, I'm glad that he's finally had a couple drinks and can, take the edge off a little bit and actually enjoy himself. Right. Like, and that's where I'm at with it. Like, it's one night. They didn't even have practice or nothing the following day. It was their off day. It's the opening night of Super Bowl. You know, usually everybody's bitching and complaining, like I said, that he's too snarky, that he's short with the media, that he doesn't smile, that he's always pissed off, that, you know, all this shit about him. Then when he's the opposite, then people are pissed off about that too. You know, like I want them, like, opening night of Super Bowl, have a couple of drinks, but after that, yeah. Now the rest of the week that you're here, Super Bowl, football, practice, yes. Opening the freaking night of the Super Bowl, like I said, they're off the next day. Like, I don't understand that. What's the issue? Now, if they were out there shit-faced drunk, the whole team's like, they're gonna have a fucking hangover the next day because they're 10 drinks into the freaking wind and shit. Okay, you know, like, maybe, you know, but a couple drinks, like, I don't see the freaking issue with that. Where are you at with this whole Shanahan drunk situation?
I am, look, you just think about how hard it is to get here, and it's special, and it's a night for you. It's a night for you and your team. Like, this is for you. The fans are just, it's a bonus for the fans to be a part of it. But this night is for them. This is for them to be heard. This is for reasonably good questions to be asked. And you get to know the 49ers a little bit more intimately in opening night. And you get to understand, you know, a little bit more about what Super Bowl week is all about. You know, it's not just the game on Sunday. It's an entire week of activities, you know, and there's stuff for everyone. But to think that your coach went out there and embarrassed you. How did he embarrass you? What did he say that was wrong? Did he lie? Did he stutter? I mean, outside of the fact that he was buzzing a little bit, he slurred his words a bit. Nothing he said was embarrassing. Nothing. He gave you more context on this, that, and the other, right? He's telling you, you know, what he thinks of Brock, how he thought of Brock, the situation with Brock, the fact that you're talking about a guy that, you know, in the room of quarterbacks, this guy is the guy. Like, Kyle's sharing information, and it's very valuable. And if all you're doing as a fan is judging him, like, what are you doing? Like, what have you done? You know, he's out here enjoying the moment, right? My mom didn't notice that he was even slurring his words. She was like, I've never seen him smile so much. He looked so happy. And I'm like, it's because, Ma, he doesn't smile much. Like, you know, it's business on business on business with Kyle. Bam. It's Monday. We play football Sunday. And I think you guys, for those that are just bothered by it, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, how to consume what you see and how you feel about it. But from my perspective and the way that I feel about it, he's a human. He's bearing the weight of the world right now. He has ridiculous, unforeseen pressure going into this Super Bowl because, you know, whether anybody likes it or not, you know, he's blamed for the Atlanta downfall. You know, he went into 2019, and this is just something that, you know, Kyle is prepared. And that looked like a very confident Kyle Shanahan. That looked like a coach that was ready for the moment. And I don't know about anybody else, but when you just know that something that you've done, you've put everything, you're all into it, you have this sense of pride, right? This sense of pride that, like, and I'm just speaking, it's just an example, right? It's anything that you've put your all into, you're proud of it, and you're ready to present it. And that night, you're going to have a few celebratory drinks, you're going to vibe with the fellas, and you're not going to humiliate yourself. And he did not humiliate himself. I don't believe that he embarrassed himself. And I really think that it's just something for our fans to complain about. And we we're known for it. We're just known for it. And the fellas get a bad rap for it, but it's the fan base that carries the narrative. So, let's just, I don't even know if I once saw or heard a post or an interview from a player complaining about anything. Didn't, I didn't. I love what they did with Bosa and Jed York. I love that. I loved it. Get that out in the ether, make sure it's circulating. I want everyone to hear it just in case y'all forgot, Vinovich in particular, open your ears and your eyes. Oftentimes you were about 10 feet from what was happening was just unspeakable. I could see you in every replay, but that's besides the point. But look, I just, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them, Miriah. I'm happy for Kyle. He looked confident. He looked like he looks like he's proud of a game plan. He's built something. He's prepared. He's confident. And, it's okay. It's okay. Did not break any laws. It's Vegas, people. It's Vegas.
Right. Like if we thought they were going to come to Vegas and not have a single drink the whole time we're here, like they're here.
Right. If I'm not
good
mistaken,
night,
I heard some interviews. And I can't remember who was speaking on it. It might have been Dante Whitner. I was listening to a KMBR interview, and he talked a little bit about, what players do the week of the Super Bowl outside the X's and O's, their personal time, what they do. Do they sneak out? Do they break curfew? Do they have a curfew? He just said that there's a little bit of time in every night where just those days leading up to, you really don't want to party, because it was ladies, liquor, and leverage. Those were the three words he used when you go out and you play a little too close. You play a little too close to the edge, whether it's 48 hours or 72 hours prior to game day. Ladies, liquor, and leverage seem to be what could or might have tripped up fellas back in the day or in the past. Either way, those words were wisdom passed on probably from player to player. You know what I'm saying? So there's just, these are just alpha men feeling themselves, huge moments, whether they're young or whether they're older, just wondering like how they wanted a little bit of insight of what it was like, and he was just keeping it a buck. Like, keep your head on straight. There's time for that.
Yeah.
There's time for that. We don't do that leading up to you take care of business. And then there's time for all of that. You can party, you can have drinks, and you can celebrate, and you can do it all in moderation in opening night. That's your family. That's the fans and the family. That's why it's opening night. That's an intimate moment for everyone. So as long as you're not doing that, I don't want them going out beyond opening night. Like now I'm good. Like I really am now. My crazy Karen fandom is stay indoors, study, family. That's what I want. Don't expose yourself to germs. Just stay in, stay in. Just study.
I have two things to say on that, but before I do, let's go ahead and get those numbers in for the second giveaway. Enter your numbers in chat 1 through 100. This is going to be for the Debo Epic Performers.
That's sweet.
We got the Brandon Ayuk Clear Vision rookie card.
That was sweet.
And then we got the numbered Eric Armstead. I combined both of them.
I was like, Eric Ayuk? What did they do in this card? This is weird.
Numbered Armstead rookie card.
Nice. That's dope.
What's up, Jesse?
What's up,
Aye.
Jesse?
Is that like a aye, like a pirate? Aye, aye.
Hey. Hey, is that
Aye,
Canadian?
lady. Hope you're good, sir.
What's good?
What's up,
Speaking of
Mike?
Canadians, I hope Sim's okay.
I
Raccoon
saw
went
him. Not the
Raccoon went
what?
crazy.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, that raccoon took out all of Canada's power.
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering
It
if
did.
Sim's
I forgot
all
it's
right,
not doing
man,
that.
if he's got any electricity.
I'm like, it did when I'm the one that told you about it.
Oh, I doubt it. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Eric Ayuk, yeah. Dude is a beast. You guys are just supposed to already know what I meant. I was gonna say, remember that during Charvarius Ward's press conference before they came to Vegas, he said, "Oh, we'll probably party for a couple days, and then we'll, it'll just be football after that." So people were mad about Charvarius Ward when he said that, and then also, when you're talking about, that they were like, "Oh, just football." Richard Sherman, remember a few episodes back on his podcast, and we talked about it on here. He had mentioned something about, that they might have partied a little too hard when they were in Miami for the Super Bowl in the 2019 season.
Mm-hmm. I think I heard. I think I heard something. I may have caught some of that. I mean,
so if Charvarius Ward was telling the truth, where it's just 2 days drinking, and like I said, that you're not getting shit-faced drunk to where you're out freaking puking your guts, gonna be fucking hungover,
right.
I'm okay with it. But like from here on out, it should be football, and that's it. Like they shouldn't be going out to the freaking clubs. They shouldn't be going out to the strip. Like their hotels are like 40 minutes or so off of the strip.
Yes.
So there should be no reason once they get to that hotel after they're done with all their Super Bowl press conferences and shit for the day for them to go back out to the strip. Zero reason.
Yep. Like save it.
That's
like
the reason why they placed them over there to keep them off of the strip and away from all that shit. So,
I mean, everything they say, everything they do is going to be under a microscope. So, I mean, they're really damned if they do and they're damned if they don't, but that does ring a bell. And that makes you wonder. That makes you wonder, like, who's out there looking out for them, right? Like, who is out there looking out for them? I would imagine those 7 veterans that have been here and had their earth shattered, I would imagine that those guys probably have a good grip on, all of this and are probably
Kittle,
keeping, yes.
Fred.
Right. And even
Bosa.
Trent.
Mm-hmm.
Even Trent. I haven't been here before, so don't fuck it up for me. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing, So I would imagine that the veterans are probably trying to keep everybody, eyes downfield. Like, let's just keep everything in front of us right now. Let's get through Sunday. The game still needs to be played. And, because Vegas does have that power to draw you right in, and if you like to gamble and that's your thing, and if it's calling to you and you can't keep your ass indoors, then somebody needs to look out for you, like, and I believe that there are people that do that. I would imagine so. I would imagine so.
I hope so.
But yeah.
What's up, Jess?
What's up, Jess? I see her everywhere. She is everywhere, Jess. So good for you. But
are you saying that she gets around?
I'm saying she gets around to all those games. Every one of them. And I've seen her. I've seen you, Jess, hugging up on Kyle. I've seen it. God bless
Yep.
you, though. I would. I'd trade
Kyle
places with
signing her
her.
boob and everything.
Yeah.
All right, last call. Everybody got your numbers in. This is for the Debo,
Oh,
Ayuk,
shit.
and Eric Armstead. It's the last call, last call. Just like, in Vegas, last call. Melissa, I saw your message about if you win Debo again. I'm not going to remember that. So if you win Debo again in the future, then you remind me at that time to give it wherever it needs to go. Okay. But I'd have no problem if somebody wins something and they feel like gifting it to somebody, then that's up
Hi,
to you.
Eric. Good to see you, bud.
I don't give a shit. What up, Eric? Pamela, what's up? All right, so last call. We're drawing. Let's draw. I'm drawing in this order: Debo, Ayuk, and then Armstead. Let's go. No more numbers. Debo is 85.
85. Let me see. We start at Steve-O at 44, you said, yeah?
Oh.
1227.
I don't remember. Let me see.
It doesn't matter. 85. What do we got here? Tanya at
Were
80.
you first, Steve-O? I think so, yeah. All right.
Vito 81.
Ayuk is 54. And
Ayuk.
Armstead 84. So probably whoever wins Debo gonna win Armstead. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm thinking Vito at 81.
Vito. And then remember, to end the show, we have George Kittle, Prismatic. We got Nick Bosa, Men of Mastery. And we got Tashawn Gibson.
Tayshaun Gibson is dope.
So those will be to end the show. So if you don't win these, stick around. All right, so Debo.
Vito 81 wins it.
All right. So Armstead and Debo are going to Vito.
2 for 1, Vito. That's a 2 for 1. That's a hell of a grab there, my man. Hell of a grab.
Vito's other cards are in my glove box of my car because I thought he was going to be there for opening night. So I took his cards with me, and then I found out on the way there that he wasn't. So I'm like, well, fuck this. I'm not taking him inside with me. Like, then I come and I'm going to be to blame when he has no cards. Congrats, Vito. All right. Brandon Ayuk, 54.
54 was closest.
Good night, Throwback.
I think that's Bash at 52.
Joey, thank you so much. Happy National Women in Sports Day. Thank you so much. And
Is that today?
Yes, happy National Women in Sports Day to all the women, to all the girls, to everyone, all the ladies out there making a difference in the sports world. It is greatly appreciated. Those that have come before us and opened the doors for us to even have an opportunity to do what we do. Shout out to you too. Thanks, Joey.
Happy National Women's Sports Day, man.
All right.
Joey, you're the real one, bro.
Ayuk rookie card going to Bashar.
Bash, I'm gonna make you look through that card at me smiling at you. I can't wait. I'm gonna make you do that. Maybe you do it on camera.
You Bashar and Vito.
Mama Ayuk.
Mama Ayuk, she's a vibe. All right, stick around and we'll end the show with 3 giveaways. And yeah, I see some of you having to go. Like I said, I know this is later than usual, but I appreciate everyone that's come through, everybody that's hung out for as long as you can. I understand, especially you East Coasters. I get it. Trust me, I get it. So yeah, don't no worries. You gotta go. You gotta go. 1 minute, 30 minutes, an hour that you spend here. I appreciate it just the same.
Yes.
Steve-O, I already put your stuff in the shredder, so just don't worry. UNLV practice field, where the 49ers are practicing. There's been a whole hoopla about this. Like I said to start the show, it's been raining here for like we had no winter until about 2 weeks ago, and then for like the last week it's been raining, and not just like some sprinkles, like it's been raining hard especially for Vegas. And so they decided a week ago to roll out, grass on UNLV's practice turf, and then it's rained since they rolled it out. And so yeah, the 49ers get there and the field's spongy. They compared it to how MetLife's field is. We hear the wonderful horror stories. We know MetLife has hit our own team. So like, I know a lot of people are, the 49ers are already making their excuses and yada, 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 right? And the 49ers, for the most part, like, they're not trying to be bitching about it. They keep getting asked about it. Oh, how was the field? Oh, how was the field today? Every single day. How was the field today? Every single player they do. How was the field today? And they're like, oh, it's fine. We're making the best of it. We're practicing. We're fine. And yet, 49ers are making excuses. And it's just like the fans, yeah, we're going to say something. Like, I'm fearful even just for a walkthrough when you compare a field to MetLife, like the worst field ever that you could compare it to.
MetLife is hell on earth for football players. Jesus.
Nick, get the hell out of here.
In Ohio, it's
who invited this guy
for about a week. This guy.
Who invited Nick?
Who left the door open?
Whoever invited him is getting kicked out too.
Yeah, whoever left the door open. Shame on you.
So yeah, I know like they're supposed to go like full speed practice tomorrow, I think. Yeah, tomorrow. And they were questioning whether they would do that practice at the Raiders facility where the Chiefs are practicing. But if they were to do that, then they would have to then change their practice time to work around the Chiefs, so they'd have to either come in hella early before the Chiefs get there to practice or come in hella late after the Chiefs are done. And it's just like, like you're already then inconveniencing yourself. So it's like, I don't know what's worse. Risk, like hope and pray and risk injury on a field that's not up to your standards, but the NFL is trying to say it's safe. The NFLPA came out today and said that it's bullshit that the NFL is making the 49ers practice on that field. I don't know. Where are you at with the field gate?
I mean, it's not ideal. I mean, they knew where they were going to be practicing before they got there. So, I mean, if they weren't paying attention to the weather, pay somebody to go up there and cover the field, monitor it. You knew that Vegas was getting hit with rain for the last 4 days prior to arriving. You know, I mean, if it's a concern to our trainers or you know, our assistants and whatnot, then let them make some noise. Let Jed know that they're concerned and that there needs to be something done about it up there. Somebody needs to go check it out, you know, because we don't want to go full speed and God forbid the unspeakable, right? So like, let's just say, for the sake of conversation, they're not really worried about it. It is what it is. It is generally a new facility. Isn't it a new facility? Isn't it newer?
Where the 49ers are practicing? No.
Yeah, no. Well,
UNLV. No.
I thought maybe I heard maybe they had their field. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Nonetheless, it's going to dry up, right? There's things that they can do. I don't know. Are there ruts in the field?
I mean, it's still raining as of right now. So, I mean,
You're
off
right.
and on. So,
I
I mean,
mean,
the rain hasn't really even let up to be able to dry it. So,
Andy Reid claims to have not been asked or notified about any kind of, you know, rearranging schedules so that the 49ers could use the facility. He claims that he's heard nothing of the sort. So he could just be bullshitting and the report was true and he said no, or they said no. But then again, I feel like if the NFL gave a shit, you're not asking anyone, you're telling them. Rearrange your schedules so both teams can utilize the facility. You know, we want the best product out there. So
I know he does a press conference and says, "Oh, it's safe. 49ers are crazy."
I mean,
yada yada yada.
You know, I'll always say that our fans will always make us look worse by carrying the torch and complaining for the players when the players could probably are just not thrilled, but they're not going to go out, you know, and die on that hill. You know, there's still a game to be played and they don't want any. I just say use it as fuel, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let this fuel you. If it's true that they're not willing to cooperate and let the Niners practice indoors, then use it as fuel and make it fucking count. You know, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tanya, I totally forgot that I was going to put this in the notes to talk about tonight. So I appreciate you bringing it up. And it came out today that other owners of, you know, the GMs and owners of other NFL franchises are upset that the 49ers are getting so many comp picks for their minority coaches getting other jobs elsewhere. And like, I retweeted it earlier and I'm like, why are you mad because your owners are racist pieces of shit? Like, don't be mad at us for it. Like, you know, like, it's not the 49ers fault that they hire, you know, diversity. They don't care. Like they had a woman coach. They had, you know, like Black, Hispanic, Asian. Like they don't care. You know, like we know for a fact that other owners of other teams are racist. Like Jerry Jones, for one, the guy that used to own the Commanders, you know, like it's out there, it's documented. So of course they're not hiring all these diversity coaches to then go out and get jobs elsewhere for you to get the picks. Like, I've never heard such a stupid fucking complaint before. Like, you people have nothing else to complain about. Like, this is where we're at now. The 49ers are getting too many comp picks. I'm just like, you can't even make this shit up, I swear. Can't make it up. So yeah, Tanya. It's a bunch of distractions, but like you said, hopefully our guys they come in, like Jess says too, shitty field or not, we'll be ready. So I know watching your show last night, they had asked asked you something, and you had said that you couldn't believe that we're in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And I had put in the chat, but we're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your thoughts about when the season started. Obviously, I know that you went into where we were at with Brock and his injury. Where are your whole thoughts at when you say you can't believe that we're here?
I mean, I think about all the adversity and all the perseverance that this football team has had to, they basically had last season, it was stripped away. It was stripped away so quick. And I wasn't sure if we didn't know if Brock was going to come back the same quarterback that just led us 7 weeks in a row and then made a playoff push and won a bunch of games. And like the way that it was taken from us was just bittersweet. I mean, it broke me. I mean, I was completely crushed, especially the way that 2022, the way that NFC championship game ended. And then, the way that Brock ended up losing, his ACL to that hit so early. I was, every season, for every big loss we've taken, my mind always was like, now how can the next season top this season? Because I mean, they've pulled out some amazing victories and done some amazing things, and it is what it is, right? And it just that game last year left me thinking like what? This was magic. This was special. So I was just really, really focusing on like Brock getting better. And what are you guys hearing about Brock? And is he throwing and this and that and yada, yada, yada. And hearing those things that Brock was getting better and he was throwing the football and the guys were like, this guy hasn't lost a step, this, that, and the third. Football starts. Brock opens up the season in Pittsburgh. I'm there. What a great game, right? From McCaffrey, just an awesome game. And so on and so forth. We were stacking wins, and then we got humbled and we got beat by some of the AFC North and, and a subpar Vikings team. And all just to end up, winning and winning out. Just winning out. Brock style, winning out. Him doing awesome things. Him taking big hits and still delivering dimes to Juwan Jennings in a window no bigger than a shoebox, right? Just amazing. I know we should be here because this is a special team, and I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones that this team has what it takes to get this done. I know it. I mean, there's a vibe surrounding this team that makes me ever so confident, right? More confident than I would have been any other time. I have a very strong confidence in this game. And I say that I couldn't believe it because he did it in less than 2 full seasons. He did it in less than 2 full seasons. He's also an MVP candidate. I mean, how could you believe something like this? How could you expect something like this? I could not have expected this much out of Brock, even after that heartbreaking NFC loss. To this banger of a comeback in this championship, not stopping the run in the first half, and then coming out and stopping the run and then some, playing 49er defense that I remember, a 49er style that I remember last year. That's the style of defense your Niners put out the second half of the championship game. They must be that defense from the Dallas game, Philly game, so on and so forth. They must be that defense that you saw in the second half of the championship game. Just have to be that. There's no passing the buck. I think they should be embarrassed. And I'm happy that Wilkes put them out there. I'm happy that he did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that he did. Because, I mean, hey, it's not my fault. These motherfuckers are out here waiting for the next guy to make the tackle. I mean, don't look at me. And I'm going to tell you what it is. Like, I respect him for that. Because he didn't put them out there. He didn't throw them under the bus, but he held them somewhat accountable. And I like that because we didn't see a lot of that. So that was big for me. So I say that I can't believe it because how could you? This is an amazing playoff. Sloppy, yet spicy, right? These wins, you get them any way you can in the playoffs. It doesn't matter how. You win, and that's it. It doesn't have to be special. You had 17 weeks to show off what you could do. Now you show off how you can grin and bear it and go head to head with any team willing to go battle this far into the season. Like we overcame a lot, Miriah. We overcame a lot.
What?
Yeah, this was a crazy season. It was a good season, but man, to start off so hot and then we go through that losing streak, and for a minute there, it's like, is this what we're gonna look like for the season as we're going through that losing streak? You know, it's like, man, but they came out of the bye and pretty much the season was great after that. And then to get here, man, like those, I keep saying those these last two playoff games, like they aged me like 20 years, I swear. Like, good night, Don. But man, like you said, this team's special. And I just felt like we keep hearing all season about, oh, the 49ers have all this talent around Brock, you know, like we just, I don't know, like I'm just more confident, I feel like, in this team than I was in 2019 because of Brock. And yet everybody wants to discredit him because all the talent around him. It's like we had all this talent too, and with quarterbacks that weren't getting it done. So like I just feel like if Brock were to put in a situation where game's on him and he has to throw a bomb down the fucking field to Ayuk, he's not going to overthrow him. Like, I'm not worried about that. Like, I have confidence in this team, and maybe it's a blinded confidence. I don't know, but like up until this point, I kept saying, the Kansas City Chiefs, like I wasn't going to bet against them in the playoffs because they have Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Well, yeah, I'm not going to bet against them in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl, whatever, until they're playing the 49ers. Because as good as Mahomes and Andy Reid are, I think that Brock Purdy, Kyle Shanahan, plus all the talent that's around can be better. And John will be right back. And it's just like I know Mahomes is crazy and like you can't ever count him out of a game, but until my guys let me down, I'm not going to think that they're going to let me down. Like, until they actually do it. Like, I just feel like this year's special. The way that we've won in the playoffs. Yeah, it took years off our life. We were stressed out. Probably times thinking we weren't going to win the games, up and down, so many feelings, emotions. But guess what? We got through it. We saw our guys, like we were talking about the last 2 weeks, have talked about that our defense was showing, lack of effort. Lynch, Wilkes, put them out there, that they're not going to show that lack of effort. Guess what? They won those games playing like that with lack of effort, making all these mistakes. So if they can show up to this game and actually have a full football game of effort and are playing 49ers football on offense, on defense, the offense that we've seen that's putting up 30 plus points week in and week out, week in and week out. That's the offense we need to show up. The defense that's, you know, shutting teams out in the second half. That's the defense that we need to show up. And as long as we can do that, like, I'm having confidence in this team. Like, hopefully, you know, we ain't fucking heartbroken at the end. But if this doesn't go the way we want, let me ask you this. The 49ers, next week, we come on this podcast, and if we're crying, and I tell you, the 49ers lost, it was because of what? You're muted. Oh, shit. I can't hear you. Now he broke shit. Hey, Ronnie. Takes his dog out and he breaks the whole damn thing.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. So you said that if we lose, it's because of blank blank.
Yep.
Okay. It's because Patrick was able to dice up the secondary. That would be why. I don't think it would be the run game because I believe that we can stop Pacheco. He is a hard runner. He is a tough runner, but I believe we can maintain the run game from Kansas City. It would be the secondary, specifically in Ambry Thomas. I think that's a known. But you know, what version of Ambry do you get? You know, Ambry is trusted by Wilkes. Wilkes trusts him, you know, and we've seen Ambry have good games. One game. Ambry, this is the last game. One game. I need you not to lose a step. But these guys were slipping last game too. So, you know, I believe that some of these things that happened to us in the Detroit game, you know, had we not lost our footing, you know, or was that Green Bay? Green Bay.
That was Green Bay.
Okay. So, you know, I think we'll be fine. I don't know. I mean, Brock can't throw into the hands of the offensive linemen when they put them up. You know, you don't want to get swatted balls down because that Bolton they have, that dude, not only does he swat them down, but he also catches them. So we're not going to, you know, let that happen. But I don't know. I find it hard. I find it very hard, Miriah, that this team gives up points like that. I think if they score, we score, they score, we score. I feel like it's going to be that kind of game. Because a part of me wants to believe that we're going to see a 1-2 punch from Mitchell and CMC this game. I at least want to see McCaffrey, you know, getting a chance to catch his breath and going back out there, because I do believe that we can, if we had ever ran all three backs this season, we would have loved to have seen what it looked like. Maybe we'll see that in the Super Bowl. I don't know, but we have the manpower to run the ball down their throat. We really could. But I also trust Brock's arm.
We need to. Yeah.
I also trust Brock's arm.
They have a hell of a defense.
They have a great defense. They have two great corners.
Coach.
Yes. But Spags is known for his disguises. And, you know, I don't know how you prepare for that. You know, I really don't know what that preparation looks like. I imagine that Brock studies film endlessly, because I believe that he's driven right now. Like he's locked in, you know, and he's so selfless with all of it. He's doing it for these guys. Everything he's doing for these guys. You know, it's not about me, it's about them. How can I help my team win a Super Bowl? You know, because he believes that Trent deserves one. And, you know, it's a special thing. It really is. So I don't know, Miriah, I'd say the secondary, I'd say if we let him dice us up.
Melissa asks, I really love to hear you guys' thoughts on who breaks the Mahomes streak if it's broken. I'm going to go Jair Brown or Diamador Lenore.
Who breaks? I'm going to say Fred.
I'm tired of it.
I'm tired of seeing Fred let some go. And I think we're in for a big Fred game. Big Fred game. Big time.
Well, he said, you know, he can't expect his teammates to be out there having full effort for an entire game if he's not doing the same. So starts with him. Let's see it. Melissa also says, John, who had impressed you more this year, Diamador Lenore or Dre Greenlaw?
Diamador Lenore. Greenlaw has been Greenlaw. Lenore has been on another level. He has been consistent when no one else was. When the defense was not impressive, he was impressive. Lenore stuck out on all of our downfalls. Make no mistake, Dre Greenlaw, and both can be true, right? I mean, I can be impressed by both at the same time, but for the sake of this question, Izzy, I'm definitely going to say Lenore because, again, he stood out when everyone else was cheeks.
And she said that Buckeye of yours better not cost Diamador and Lenore another turnover. She's sick of Bosa penalties hurting Lenore.
Yeah.
Lo says, no cap, John. You look like Kyle's younger brother.
Oh, Lo, you know what, man? I went out to the Pittsburgh game week 1, met up with the fam. A bunch of the crew from the West Coast was out there, and man, I got it a lot, dude. And it was kind of like crazy. It was real crazy. It happened as soon as I got there. A couple was like, "Hey, man, is that Kyle?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, it's not Kyle." Like, dude, you look like Kyle. Hey, Kyle. And then it just took off from there. You know, I'm sitting to Jesse and Polo. We're having wings with Roscoe and Deem and everybody. And of course, somebody comes over and like, "Hey, Kyle, can I get a photo with you?" And then I'm like, "Oh, no, don't do this. Please don't do this." But I have it like, I get that a lot, Lo. I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
D-Rex, what's up? Says penalties. We got to play a clean game. I agree with that as well. Like,
absolutely
can't be out there doing stupid shit. And you know that, you know, Mahomes, and I'll continue to say this till it's not true, that Mahomes took Tom Brady's spot in the league in the place of the guy that, you know, cries after every single play, crying to the ref for a freaking flag. Like, Tom Brady used to be the biggest crybaby in the game, and now that's become Mahomes. Like, he gets touched and he's there like looking back, crying to the freaking refs, and it's just like, oh my God. So you know that, you know, a late bump into him or any little thing, he's gonna sell it and be crying to the refs. So they need to not only play a clean game, you know, they need to play an extra clean game to be able to beat, you know, Mahomes and his cheating ways with the refs. So yeah, I agree with that. Let me ask you this in chat. I want to hear you guys' answers or see your guys' answers as well. Now we know that normally this, you know, award is a quarterback driven award, MVP, but let's say the award's even across the board. So evenly could go to any player in the game, offense, defense. The 49ers win the Super Bowl on Sunday. Who gets MVP?
I mean, I'm going to say Christian. I'm going to say Christian. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Debo, Troy. I wouldn't. But, you know, I think they're prepared for CMC. I think they have, you know, but I also know Kyle. Kyle's the king of smoke and mirrors, you know? So I don't know. I mean, it's a great one, but CMC.
I would have to say CMC as well. But like Troy said, I could see Debo. Like, you know, I forget who said this. Jed, maybe John Lynch, one of them. It came out that they had said during the halftime of the Lions game, it was John Lynch, that Debo told John, just tell Kyle to give me the ball. Like he, you know, like, so Debo, we know that it just takes a couple plays. Like Debo can take over a game in a quickness, you know. So if he needs to turn that switch on, and as long as he shows up to that game and he's in the mindset, like, you know, like he don't want that going around again of him crying on the sidelines and all that shit for another freaking season, right? Like,
no.
So I can see if it gets to that point that Debo's just like, give me the rock, and completely takes over the game. Hopefully it doesn't get to that and we can just win the game. Like, I don't need to take another 30 years off my life this Sunday. I'm not doing my score prediction tonight. I know I normally do it on the show with TL, which, you know, is normally this show. But since John V doesn't do score predictions, I'm going to wait to do mine tomorrow with Steph on the Two Goat show. So come through tomorrow at 3 Pacific time, and you'll find out. But so we won't do score predictions. Give me your confidence level as 10:10 Pacific time, Wednesday night before the Super Bowl. Where's your confidence level at right now in a percentage?
My confidence is very strong. Very strong. If I was going to predict, I would. But we're here because I don't predict. So, family, this is why we're here. Okay, this is why
those numbers.
This is why I don't. But enter your numbers. Yes, I do not. I don't do predictions because I've always cost us one when I did. So my confidence is strong. And I say that, and I say it over and over again, because ultimately, when I think about this game coming up, I can get emotional thinking about it. Like, it means this much to me, right? Like, I feel it in my soul that, like, this is it for us. If we are disciplined and if we play the gas, if we make sound decisions, we can beat this team. We can beat this team. We are a better offense entirely. We are the better offense. They have a good defense and they have two great corners, but we have playmakers, 7 All-Pros to be exact, that dominate space. If Brock Purdy gets that ball to any of our playmakers, and they will work that field, they will take over in space. That's what they do. And Spags can't stop that. He can't stop that. He can't cover he can't cover middle third. He can't cover 30 yards. They are going to play everything in front of them, much like we do. That's how it is in my mind anyway. Are they going to blitz Brock? Give it your best. He's the best under pressure. He's the best under the blitz. If we can score 20 points, guys, we are 20-0 when we score 20 points. We are 20-0 when we score 20 points. So get in the red zone. Brock Purdy is the number one in red zone scoring drives. I mean,
It's so nice. Oh
we
my God.
just
After having a
need-
quarterback that couldn't score a fucking touchdown to save his life.
Yeah.
It's nice
It's
to have a
special.
quarterback that
It
can.
really is special. I mean, this team has something. The addition of CMC was like, it was just like, I don't know. When you look at the chemistry between these guys, they genuinely love each other. I've said this before, and I mean it. They genuinely love one another. That can be dangerous. That can be, if you can use that to motivate you, that can be dangerous. I just need them to execute. We cannot be disappointed. I want to see them out there battling one game. This is it. You get 6. It'll be incredible.
The Raccoons didn't get him.
They didn't get him. Sim, they didn't get
Yay.
you.
We're just talking about you, Sim.
We're worried about you, bro.
Shut up, Nick. All right, get those numbers in the chat for the final giveaway. First number started with Melissa, number 15 at 10 after. So get your numbers in the chat. No duplicates. This is for the George Kittle, Prismatic, Nick Bosa, Men of Mastery, and Tashawn Gibson. So yeah, get those numbers in the chat. Pam, I just realized that was you. I'm just a little slow, so I'm like, Pamela. Who the hell's here, Pamela? And then I'm like, oh, that's Pamela. Okay, that's Pam. So now I know it's really you. So yeah, get those numbers in the chat. Good luck, everybody. We'll give you guys a couple minutes to get them in there. I would say I'm sitting at a good 85-90% confident. And if we were playing, let's say, a team like the Cleveland Browns or somebody that doesn't have like a great quarterback like Mahomes, I would probably be about 95-98% confidence. But Mahomes, he kind of makes me like, how the home team, in Vegas normally, gets -3 points, whatever. That's how, like, Mahomes, I feel like he just automatically takes like a 10% confidence off the top.
Yeah. He's scary. But I think they're trying to they've got their eyes on a dynasty. Okay? That's what they want. They want this back-to-back victory. For them it's gotten too comfortable. They're too comfortable making it to the Super Bowl. They're too comfortable making it to, competing in 4 of the last 5, 3-1. To be 3-1 in Super Bowls is what he's looking for. He wants to be 3-1. The Niners can't allow that to happen. They just can't. And again, there are 7 individuals on that team that know exactly what it felt like when that same man, pulled out that victory in 2019. So I just believe, part of me believes that like this is our get back game. This is our get back game.
This needs to be like this
and
is our
Kyle
time.
Needs it. Like Kyle needs it for his legacy. He just needs it. And if we can win
Kyle
one,
needs it. Trent needs it. CMC, is only going to be around a couple more years. Like,
this team is so exciting and this franchise is electric. Can you imagine what a Super Bowl win on top, what it would do? I mean, they reward winners no matter what. But to win a Super Bowl, you'll get your bigger wash tubs. You'll get your better whatever the hell they need, just you name it. Just gotta win, man. And I'm coming to Vegas to rock out with the faithful, and just that experience in 2019 was incredible. Being with Niner fans, not knowing who the hell they were, drinking beer, spilling it while we're jumping up and down and yelling like assholes. It was amazing. So I got to feel it again. That was a rush. That was a rush I have not felt since. So I'm excited. And I think we all have a reason to be excited. We have a quarterback, family. We have somebody that can actually navigate the pocket, and he's loved by all. There's no division here. Loved by all. It's amazing to have a team that's not divided, and a fan base that can't get out of its own way.
2% of fans don't like him, but
Yeah,
we don't like them, so it don't matter.
they can't possibly understand the game if that's what they think. They don't understand what they're looking at.
I believe too. It's our time.
Sim, I'm curious what
Our
you
guys
believe.
deserves this. Yes, Sim.
Weigh in, bro.
The raccoons didn't get you, so let us know what you think. And last call, get those numbers in. When I draw, I'm going to draw Bosa, then Kittle, then Gibson in that order. You know what? I did find out. Sim says victory. Well, thanks for the deep thoughts there, Sim. We appreciate it. Glad to get all the words out of you. He said, LOL, what raccoons? We saw in the breaking news, when was that? Like a week or so ago, that the raccoons chewed some power lines or something in Canada, and like tons of people like were without power. Yeah, because they said the raccoons got it. So when we started the show, John V's like, I wonder how Sim's doing. Hopefully the raccoons didn't get him. And then here you are. We sent out the bat signal, and here you came.
Here he was.
We sent out the raccoon signal, and here you were. Hey, Brian. I don't know which part.
Toronto.
Can't remember.
I think it was Toronto. I don't know. I got to look it up.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it's still hilarious. I'm just happy that you made it. I was worried about you, bro.
We're happy to see you alive and kicking, ready for the Super Bowl. So yeah, tons of people that aren't in Vegas already, even though it's already overran with the faithful. And then the Raiders fans as well are also rooting for the 49ers because, and I asked my brother-in-law, he's a Raiders fan, and I asked him why, because yeah, I get that that's, your division rival, you hate them, whatever about Kansas City, but like you also hate the 49ers, like Battle of the Bay when you were part of the Bay and all this deep rooting of killing people at each other's games and all this stuff. Like, so what made you decide who you guys were rooting for? And he said because they don't want to see Kansas City win the Super Bowl and become a dynasty in their stadium.
I mean, I get it. Like, could we stomach that shit if it were the Rams or the Seahawks or the Cards? I mean, no way. Mm-hmm. No way. Are the Raiders a division rival though? Broncos, Chargers.
Yeah.
Raiders. Yeah, the Raiders. Yeah, they are. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are. So absolutely. Like, it's weird to have them rallying behind us. I don't trust them.
And like it's us and the Raiders against everybody. Like that's how it's equaling out right now. Which is really weird to say.
I feel like they're still gonna hurt one of us in a bathroom. So, Niners beat.
Well, you don't have to worry. Their fans can't afford to get into the Super Bowl, and they can't afford to get into those Super Bowl parties. So we're all right.
God.
Last call. Got your numbers in for the giveaway. Final giveaway. And then we are getting out of your guys' hair. John V, I appreciate you being here with me.
Always
coming through.
Always a pleasure. I appreciate you waiting for me, Faithful. The reason why we're late is because of my schedule on the East
John V
Coast.
works hard.
But I'm here. I'm always down to be TL for the night. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
All right, let's draw these giveaways. We're gonna draw both Kittle and then Gibson. Good luck, those that are in. Bosa's number is, oh, it's close, 98. Close to being the right
98.
number. The Kittle number is 70. And Gibson, 95.
Damn it.
We had a bunch of high numbers today, and then 9
Yeah.
earlier. All right.
So who we got? Not a whole lot of you guys throwing down numbers. What do you
Nope.
get bored? Bored of winning?
I know. I think the other 20 people that didn't enter, they already fell asleep. They just have it running.
Yeah. Just listening to you, like I've done that a lot.
You are not dreaming. Enter your number.
So who we
I
got?
know I have a soothing voice and all that.
So Tanya, you might have, if you stayed true to 80 all night. You stayed true to 80 all night. So she won.
Won what?
Anybody else? I think she takes 2. She takes 95 and 98.
Ooh. Bosa and Gibson. Going to Tanya.
That's sweet. That's a sweet one. Look at that. Look at that.
So sparkly. Ooh. All right. Nobody said that you were wrong, so I'm guessing you're right. Congrats, Tanya. And then Kittle's 70.
70. I mean, she may have just taken 3.
If Tanya got the trifecta, all the rest of you guys are fired from the next giveaway.
Hold on, let me go up.
If you guys let her win all 3, that's crazy. I mean, crazier things have happened on this show, but they say Steve-O might be Steve-O.
Oh wait, Steve-O is 71. I see him up here.
All right.
Congrats, Steve-O.
Steve-O. Steve-O gets Kittle.
That's fire.
Charismatic. Congrats. And then also, once I know that when we started the show, probably still we're 5 subscribers away from 700. Once we hit 700, I'm doing an autographed Diamador Lenore giveaway on Twitter, X, whatever. So make sure you're following and you keep an eye out for that. And then once we hit the 700 on here, I'm going to be giving out this Ayuk rookie patch card.
I love those. Those are my favorite. I got to win that one.
So 5 more subscribers and we'll do the giveaway for that. If we hit it when I was live tonight, then I would have done it, but we didn't hit it. So sorry for you.
3 subs away.
We'll get it when we get it.
3 subs by Sunday.
And then once we hit, and this is besides the regular giveaways that we do. Once we hit 800, 900, and 1,000, once we hit each next step, there's we got a Jair Brown auto to give away and Talanoa Hufanga auto to give away at 800 and 900, and then at 1,000 we're doing a jersey giveaway of your choice. So even if you're subscribed and you win and you're not a 49ers fan, then I'll get you a jersey of whatever team you're a fan of. So say that pain in the ass Nick that's in the chat, if he were to win, even though it would make me sick to my stomach, I would buy him a Browns jersey. So that, you guys can be sharing with your family that's not 49ers fans. Have them subscribe because they can win prizes too. And it helps. I don't care if they're Browns fans or Cowboys fans. Just subscribe.
The Browns fans have to, not only do they win a jersey, but then after 30 days, they have to pay the cost of the jersey back to the owner. Nick's contributing to the cause.
Congrats, Tanya. Congrats, Steve-O. Let me play you guys the video since I played it for everybody else.
A tablecloth. Wrong in this picture, like Ayuk's smile is just it's killer.
John V, for those that watch back or that might be here and aren't subscribed to you, let them know where they can find you, all that good stuff, and any closing thoughts that you have before we get out of here.
Yes, you can catch me in that pain in the ass, Nick, in the chat on the Locker Room Rant. We talk all things 49ers and Browns, and then we cover the rest of the league as well. And we like to talk about a little bit of everything. So Nick and I on the on YouTube at the Locker Room Rant on Tuesdays, and whenever we decide in between. Final thoughts. I just need my Niners to really answer the bell, man. Like, I really need you guys to come out and make this this Super Bowl for me memorable, because I don't think I can handle watching another one slip away. So, like, I need you guys to step up, San Francisco, and I need every Niner fan, stop it with this Taylor Swift conspiracies. You know, they don't own her, for Christ's sake, okay? They don't own her. And this may come as a surprise to you, San Francisco, but we still have Taylor Swift fans among the fan base as well. So they're just as happy to see her, and they scream too, okay? Don't let the conspiracies get you. You know, don't chase the money. Don't chase the narratives, you know. Just know that if your San Francisco 49ers can score early and score fast and stack points, then the ref, Taylor Swift, and all that shit won't matter. It just won't matter. Okay? So those are my final thoughts. This chat has been fire tonight, Miriah. As always, you guys are lights out. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you for filling in, like I said, for TL, who's traveling out of Vegas while the rest of the faithful travel to Vegas.
How does he do it, bro? How do you do that? Yeah, how do you do it, bro? I called him the other night. He told me. He's like, I'm leaving, bro. And I'm like, why? Why would you leave? We're coming there, bro. This is why.
So safe travels to him, safe travels to you, to everybody else that's coming to Vegas and going home from Vegas. And yeah, the time is now. The time is ours. Screw Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes. Like, I'm so sick of hearing about them. And like, I can't stomach, like you said, I cannot stomach the 49ers losing again. And not only losing again to the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, oh my God, I can't. So they need to go out there. They need to win this. And I think that our guys will do it. They're going to be ready for the task this time. Tomorrow at 3 Pacific time, I will be back with the GOAT, Steph Sanchez. So make sure you guys come back, tune in. Yeah. I think that's all the closing thoughts I have. Chat, you guys are wonderful as always. Like John V said, the chat has been great all night. So yeah, you guys have been awesome. You guys are always awesome. So, you know,
Steph Bosa.
I don't
That's it.
expect nothing
Steph
else.
Bosa.
Steph Bosa. If we win the Super Bowl, she will be doing a Bosa impersonation live on the Two Goat Show. So be ready for it. And yeah,
She should
until
be able to
next
just
time.
have a conversation with Bosa live. I just
know.
want her to talk to Bosa. Later,
Bosa
family.
talking to best Bosa, like have her talk back to Bosa, acting as Bosa. That would be great.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
All right, fam. Yeah. Everybody be safe. Have a safe weekend. If you're going out there to the bars, to wherever to watch the Super Bowl, please stay safe. There's too many rides out there and shit for you to be drinking and driving these days. So please make sure that you're safe. I want everybody back here in one piece next week. Yeah. Until then, much love, fam. Next time, I mean, not tomorrow when I see you guys, but the next time this actual show is back on with TL, hopefully, we'll be Super Bowl champs. So yeah, again, John V, thank you so much. You're the best.
My
Chat,
pleasure.
we're out of here.
Later, family. Peace.